Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We're going to talk Cavs. We got some Browns news. We'll talk a little about the Winter Olympics and all that. We'll get to all that. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. And it is an NBA trivia question. How many uh, consecutive NBA finals did LeBron James lead the Cavs to after returning to the team in 2014? I'll have the answer later in the podcast. Well, the Cavaliers coach uh, Kenny Atkinson has done a good job of integrating the additions at the trade deadline into the rotation. James Harden has paired well with Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen, and by the sound of things, it won't be long until we find out how the new core four looks together. According to Atkinson, Mobley should be returning from his calf strain after the All Star break, and the United All Stars won the All Star break on Sunday in 4 games, and wasn't kind of the kind of game we thought it was going to be. But Mobley has missed the team's last 6 games and was out uh, for last Wednesday night's game against matchup against the Washington Wizards. He injured his left calf in the team's win over the Orlando Magic on January 26th. This was the same calf that he injured earlier on December 12th. That initial injury kept him out for 2 weeks. If Mobley returns after the All Star break uh, in the team's February 19th team's matchup against the Brooklyn Nets, which is tomorrow night, it would be a 3.5 week absence from the court. The timeline for the recent calf strain was 1 to 3 weeks, fitting Mobley into a lineup that looks vastly different could present some challenges. I'm not sure if James has ever played with the two bigs. Atkinson said it's usually for shooters. One big, but I have uh, no doubt he'll figure that one out too. Excuse me. Atkinson is already planning for that eventuality. We're trying to get ahead of it, Atkinson said. With the coaches, we've talked about it. I don't want to overload James right now. When Evan comes back, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We go to think about the spacing, isolation spacing, and pick and roll spacing. What kind of sets are best when those two are together? The Cavs have bet on talent and overall basketball IQ, winning out with the Harden trade through 2 games. It has worked out. We'll see how this adjustment period goes when Mobley returns. Mobley will be back with the team when they take on the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow. Uh, the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow at Rocket Arena. And tip-off is at 7 p.m. on FanDuel Sports Ohio. So, Mobley will be back with the team tomorrow night. Okay, and we're going to get to some Browns news right now. The Browns have hired Atlanta Falcons defensive passing game coordinator Mike Ruttenberg to be their new defensive coordinator. Excuse me. A league source told ESPN's Jeffrey Fowler. Ruttenberg, 44, replaces Jim Schwartz, who served as the role for the past 3 seasons, but resigned after being passed over for the head coaching job in favor of Todd Monken. This will mark Rutenberg's first stint as a defensive coordinator. He just finished his first season in Atlanta after 4 seasons as linebackers coach for the New York Jets. Rutenberg will take over a defense that has been one of the league's best under Schwartz. In 2025, the Browns ranked fourth in total defense, allowing 283.6 yards per game over the past 3 seasons. Cleveland has allowed the fewest yards in the league. That the unit is headlined by uh, two-time Defensive Player of the Year Myles Garrett, five-time Pro Bowler Denzel Ward, and Defensive Rookie of the Year Carson Schlesinger. Mutkin said at his introductory news conference that he does not anticipate changing Cleveland's defensive scheme. Browns co-owner Jimmy Haslam said that by and large he expects the majority of the Browns' defensive starters and defensive coaching staff to return for the 2026 season. Rittenberg, a Cornell graduate and Washington, D.C. native, got his start in the NFL as a player personal intern for Washington in 2003. Then he worked as an administrative assistant head coach to Joe Gibbs before working as a graduate assistant at UCLA from 2006 to 2008. Ruttenberg then worked as a pass game coordinator and defensive backs coach at New Mexico State from 2009 to 2012. In 2013, Berg returned to the NFL as an assistant defensive backs coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars from 2013 to 2015. He then served as defensive assistant for the next 2 seasons before being promoted to assistant linebackers coach, a role he held for 2 seasons. In 2020, Ruttenberg joined the San Francisco 49ers as their pass game specialist. So we'll see how this new defensive coordinator works out, Mike Ruttenberg. And we're going to get some birdies in just a moment. Right now, it's time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. It's a Cavs trivia question. How many consecutive NBA Finals did LeBron James lead the Cavs to after returning to the team in 2014? If you said 4, you are correct. Ken James returned to the Cavs in 2014 and led the team to 4 straight NBA Finals appearances. In 2018, the Cavaliers won their first NBA championship, making Cleveland's first major sports title since 1964. I'll have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. And we're gonna talk some Cleveland Guardians right now. Um, and the pitchers and catchers have already reported for spring training, and they had their first practice today at in Arizona. So they are getting ready for their first spring training game against the Reds at Goodyear on Saturday, February 21st at 3:05 p.m. You can hear that on WTAM 1100 News Radio WTAM 1100, and 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 Gavin Williams eyeing bigger and better things for this 2026 season. And hopefully the Guardians can really win more games this year. And uh, the manager Stephen Voice says he's never seen this version of Gavin Williams in the 3 years I've known Gavin. I've never seen him more focused or determined, said Voigt. He wants to be one of the best, yet there's still a streak of mischief in the 6'6", 250-pound Williams. Last season, he made a habit of walking past clubhouse visitors, including reporters, and taping tapping them on their shoulder when they turned to see who it was. Williams had disappeared around the other shoulder, and it was a small thing, but he enjoyed it immensely. And after Wednesday's full squad workout on windy day in the desert, Williams scanned the locker room, deciding who would be his first victim of the year. Some things never change; they just get better. So, and hopefully, we'll see what happens when the and April 3rd is the Guardians' home opener. So we shall see when the schedule comes out. I will let you know. And the we're kind of winding down the Winter Olympics this week, and the alpine skating, the USA got a gold in that thanks to I think it was Michelle Schifrin who got him a gold. It was Michaela Schifrin, excuse me, got a gold medal, and the Switzerland got silver, and Sweden got the bronze. And Michaela Griffin also got a gold medal in the second round of the Alpine, in the finals, both rounds of it. And France, and then the biathlon, France got the gold, silver got Sweden got the silver, Norway got the bronze. And cross country skiing, the USA got the silver, and then the cross country skiing, Sweden got the gold, Switzerland got the silver, and Germany got the bronze. Those are just some results from the Winter Olympics. And I just wanted to give you a little update on that, and hopefully more will come. And I am not going to have time for one of my new wrinkles, but you'll get one on my next podcast, or I might do great plays next time, but we'll see. Um, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back this weekend or next week with another podcast, but until then, always remember, be a team player each and every game and each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.